video for you guys on how to draw resistances and support lines when you're getting into a swing trade. This particular method that I've found is quite useful and very simple, especially for beginner traders. But this is again, something that you have to do in order to be successful in your swing trades. Now, you can certainly apply whatever I teach you today into day trading, but it's just a little bit more faster when you're talking about day trading using a 5-minute chart. Right now, for this example, I'm going to use the FSR chart, Fisker, and I'm going to use MA 8, 21, and 100 here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm using stockcharts.com, and I find this particular tool quite useful for charting and annotating. The first thing you have to do at this point is, let's assume for a second you're brand new to Fisker, you don't know what the hell is going on. You're going to do some DD on this. All right, that's always the first thing you should do when you get into a swing trade. The second thing that you want to do is start drawing some supports and resistances and start planning your trade. So what I like to do is, currently we know that the price is about $17.44. There's a little bit of gap here. I always use these price labels as a simple way just to establish some support and resistances, okay? So if I were to get into this trade, what you would say to yourself is, okay, where is the last known support? And it looks like 1550 is the last known support here, okay? And what I also like to do, and sometimes, when trades, especially volatile stocks like Fiskars can be sometimes, during the intraday session, the stop losses could be triggered or a stop loss rate. So what I like to do is establish a minimum of 2 support lines so that way I don't get stopped out or completely out of my trade. So the next stop loss that you should really focus on is support level is this price label right here at 1490. Okay, so 1490 is your S2, for example. All right, so this is really quick and easy to do. So I'm just going to pull up my note here. I'm going to annotate this for you. We'll call this S1. Okay, S1 right here at this line. And then we're going to also just do quick annotation here, and we'll call this S2 line. Okay, so let's say you got into this for 100 shares and you want to protect your investment as much as possible. So your first stop loss should be at 1550, and you may decide to maybe put a stop loss at 1550 for 25% of your shares or 30% of your shares, and then if it goes below 1490, you should completely exit the position, assuming you got into the $17 level. Now, that's a pretty tough loss. You're looking at over $3 in terms of a loss. Okay, so you have to be careful because there is a little bit of gap here that may need to be filled. So just be aware. All right, so now let's take a look at potential resistances where we can meet some bump up. All right, so we can see right clearly up here that it tested 1824 just way back when, before it was Fisker. All right, so there's a potential resistance point here. And also the next resistance that I see here is 1739. So it's actually like closing right at 1744 on Friday. So there's going to be some resistance here. All right, and this is what you're going to do. You're going to start mapping out your plan, assuming you're going to get into this on Monday or the next opening session. This is going to be your R1. All right, and there's a bunch of other strategies, guys. There's ways to do pivot points. There's the pivot calculators out there. But if you're not familiar with those, this is the easiest thing that you can do, and it's very simple. It takes you like 3 minutes to do. All right. So now you got your S2, S1, and R1, R2. So what I like to do in these cases, when it breaks resistance, I would like to lock in some profit right between these two ranges. If I see that the prices keep bouncing within this range and accumulating, which is a good thing, I may hang on to more shares, but I'm definitely locking in some profit at my first resistance. And if it breaks 1824, I'm going to be taking more profits out here just to secure that. And right now, we don't know above 1824. We don't know where the next potential resistance is at because the stock has not gone over that within this chart that I'm looking at. All right, so now all you got to do is you take this chart, you print this out, you put it on your wall, and you create a plan on how many shares you would sell in this range and how many sells or how much profit you'll be taking within this range. So I hope this video has been helpful.